Big businesses aren't winning just because they're big. They're winning because their CEOs do things that small business owners don't. What if I told you there was a way for small businesses to steal proven tactics from the big players that you can apply right now? I'm going to reveal 3 high impact methods that big companies use to stay ahead and break down exactly how you can apply these in a small business setting to get results without needing big business budgets. We're talking about powerful systems that Fortune 500 companies use, systems that help them maximize every dollar and hour they invest, but can be just as transformative for a one-person operation or a small team. I've spent years working in strategy for businesses of all size, and one thing I've seen time and time again is that the companies that consistently grow do a few key things to execute like maniacs. But don't worry, this isn't some vague concept that sounds good but leaves you with more questions than answers. I'm giving you the game plan and the toolkit. But first, let me show you how you could be lost and you might not even know it. A lot of entrepreneurs think of achieving their goals like being on a serene mountain hike, enjoying the tranquility of the wilderness as you stroll from trail marker to trail marker. The trail ahead is your path to success. Each marker and landmark, from the forest clearing to the mountain peak, represents a strategic milestone that will bring you closer to your goal. Sure, it's uphill, but if you're willing to put one foot in front of the other, you'll eventually get to the top. Thinking of goals in this way is like assuming you can perfectly predict the future, and unless you have a secret time machine that I don't know about, I doubt that's the case. In real goal achievement, your serene mountain hike is actually in a giant maze. And to top it all off, you only have 10 moves to make it through the maze. Because in the real world, we have only so much time and energy to spend before the game is over. Since your business doesn't operate in a vacuum, the maze isn't filled with green grass and wildflowers. Oh no. In any business, you have shortfalls in the capacity and capabilities required to meet your goals. There will be constant changes you'll have to adapt to in technology, customer expectations, and legal frameworks. Therefore, inside your maze, there will be a raging river of these risks. The stones you'll use to cross it will be slippery and unstable. One wrong step and you fall into the water and are carried away by the current. Watch out, because the river's course can change due to unexpected obstacles like boulders or fallen trees. Similarly, your business is likely to meet unforeseen challenges requiring you to adjust your targets. And that is not all. Suddenly, the peace of the forested mountainside is shattered by a menacing roar. A hungry, ferocious, rabid, mutant grizzly bear is hot on your trail, and he thinks you look like a tasty treat. This is your relentless competition and budgetary pressures that threaten to consume small businesses. Because in business, you can't stand still. It's move or die. Holy crap, it's not for the faint of heart. What I'm about to show you will give you a map and a guide through the forest. These are full of proven strategic moves that will bring you closer to your goals. By following the proven tactics of big businesses, you can outmaneuver the bear, stay out of the river, and make it through the maze and to the mountain summit. Entrepreneurs have a ton of stuff to do. Parkinson's law states that work fills the time available for its completion. So, you need a technique that pushes you to complete way more work in way less time. Even though I was in charge of driving strategy implementation in large organizations and had used all the big business techniques in the past, fast forward to my own business journey, and I thought I'd avoid all that. How distracted could I really get when I was the one pushing to achieve my own goals? I didn't have the luxury of a planning department, and I wasn't burdened by the need to manage a big team, so I didn't want to spend too much time planning and not enough time doing. But then reality intruded. When I was in charge of strategy in $100 million organizations, we'd set ambitious strategies with 5 or 7 year goals that got everyone excited at first. But keeping thousands of people focused and on track wasn't always straightforward with internal politics and competing motivations. It could be a little like herding cats. This is why large organizations use important psychological tools to keep their teams focused and motivated. I knew what I needed to whip myself and my business into shape, and what all large organizations use: milestones. Milestones break that daunting goal down into practical steps, keeping you focused on what's important now without losing sight of where you're headed. Without these, it's too easy to get distracted by immediate tasks and lose sight of what you're ultimately working toward. Milestones also help you to enjoy the journey, not just to anticipate the destination. You may have watched the previous video on goal setting, but if not, you need a lofty goal with a why, what, and when. Use language that excites you. When you read it, you should be unmistaken that it's yours. Then we come to milestones. The best way to do this is to start from the goal and work backwards, a back to the future approach. Set your milestones with smaller steps earlier on. There are a couple of reasons this makes more sense than evenly divided gaps. The earlier steps are usually foundational. They will unlock your ability to do bigger things later since growth is often exponential with learning curves and productivity curves all moving up slowly and then all at once. Quick wins are incredibly important psychologically. Feeling a sense of progress is the single most motivating force in meaningful work. More than money, more than prestige, more than punishment. Milestones provide a sense of accomplishment and motivation. Now, here's the thing. These milestones aren't just random checkpoints. They're part of a strategic tool that successful organizations use to align every step with real, measurable progress. Let me show you how this tool works and how you can make it the backbone of your business strategy. I've heard people asserting that to have an exceptional company, you have to have bigger, better, more exceptional ideas than everyone else. That's just not true. The data does not support that. I can tell you from experience that the top companies in the world and the middle of the packers have not only a very similar strategy, but often almost the same strategy. The top companies are just executing it much better. When I first came across the balanced scorecard in big strategic organizations, it was a game changer. It's a strategy tool that looks at your big goals from 4 key angles: financial, customer, systems and processes, and skills and capability. When you look at your goals in the round like this, you get a much better idea of what's actually required to achieve them. It forces you to spend some time researching the goal and to really understand the problem. If your goal is to move across town, are you going to carry everything in one box at a time? Or are you going to get a car, call your friend who has a pickup truck, or even hire a moving company? Are you going to pack everything in flimsy trash bags in disarray? Or are you going to take the time to organize and label everything in sturdy boxes so that each step is faster than the last? To really make progress, you need a way to lighten the load and make each step easier. With that context in mind, take your goal and identify 2 to 3 big things that would really move the needle on achieving your goal. A big yet common mistake is putting unrelated goals or milestones in each category. Don't do that. A good milestone doesn't just tell you what you need to achieve, it also gives you an estimate of the time, resources, and actions you'll need at each step. This is what turns a vision into a plan. But here's where the difference between big and small businesses shows up. The top performing big organizations are really good at one particular thing that should be a piece of cake for small businesses. But sometimes entrepreneurs avoid doing this because it can feel like failure. Big businesses know that sometimes we have to shrink to grow. Winning companies reallocate their resources at a healthy clip, feeding milestones that could produce a major move up the power curve toward their goals while starving those unlikely to surge. And then execute like a maniac. Can you cut anything from your business right now that's not furthering the achievement of that goal? Reallocation of resources is one of the most important strategic levers for success. Your milestone plan should be about focusing your resources where it counts to achieve your results fast. It's about letting go of what no longer serves you so that you can use your milestones to create a steady rhythm of progress without getting overwhelmed or burning out. This is where the magic of milestones really comes to life. Building a system around your milestones, weekly, monthly, quarterly, where every checkpoint is not only a tangible win, but also gives you a chance to reevaluate and re-energize. You make sure each milestone doesn't just become one more thing to juggle and that your resources are working for you, not against you. Check out this video where I walk you through exactly how to build this type of system.